Alright, how's it going today, guys? Ignore the pipe in the floor, we'll get to that in a second. We are here to make titanium, our first step to plastic. So, we're going to be using rutile. You can also use ilmenite, but we're going to use rutile today because I have some. So, this is the recipe. Actually, we're going to go for this recipe here. So it'll be 2 rutile, 1 petroleum coke. We got the petroleum coke from the distillation tower. I'll put a card up in the corner for that video if you haven't seen it. And then we're going to need molten calcite and the chlorine. And if you remember correctly, we made chlorine back when we were making our water up here, or electrolyzing our water up here to make our sodium hydroxide that we needed for bauxite. So I've gone ahead and gone out and grabbed the chlorine that we have, which is not very much, but this is going to be a infinite loop, so we will not have to worry about that. And we're going to be using a diesel engine today instead of a boiler. We actually made in the last live stream enough to change over some of our electrolyzers and stuff as well. We're going to start using all engines for, well, everything that can until we get to electricity. So put our rutile in there, our petroleum coke in there, and now we need a smelter. Now you can do this part in a crucible if you're trying to brush titanium or plastic, but I'm not going to be doing so. I'll be using a smelter, and basically we just need marble or limestone, and as you can see we have tons of limestone. I will actually be bringing that box over here. I'll have to make some tape and bring it over, but for right now this one stack of limestone will do, because for every limestone cobblestone that we put in the smelter, we will get 72 liters of calcite, and we need 144 for the recipe, so that'll give us 32 recipes from one stack. So now I went ahead and hooked up the gas earlier, so it's already there, and calcite is not acidic. It is also a pretty low temperature. It's only 1612, and these Invar pipes can handle up to 2395, so that's what we're going to be using. If it could handle it, I'd rather use aluminum, but I don't believe it can handle anywhere near that, because it melts at 900. So, but the Invar will work perfectly fine. So the output for the smelter is, let's see, smelter fluid out is right auto. So that's the left, that's the right. So we need this out, and we'll just do it like that, and we will connect that there. And now if before we turn this on, this chest right here is going to be a problem. We are running a update that Greg has put in, that any vanilla chest will basically pull fire towards it. So that chest, although it's not going to burn, it's going to have fire basically spawn right here between it. So we're going to move all of our machines here that we need to get hooked up yet over to this one. I still need to figure out where this osmium came from. I kind of was amazed when I seen it. And we're also going to be changing that chest out to a mass storage. In the version that I'm using, mass storages and all utility blocks got a huge drop in their cost. So you can see now a mass storage only costs 18.44. The recipe is 2 chests, a machine casing, and 4 screws. So that's way better than the 66 it took before. So I will be making quite a few more of those. Kind of stinks that I made that one just the other day before I upgraded. So now this is empty. Let's get that out of there. These are plenty far away. So let's start that up. And that will get our calcite over there. It's doing a whole stack at a time. So it's going to be a little slow. And now the other thing we need is the chlorine. And let's actually do... Yeah, let's do a non-nupal pipe for the top because we're going to be doing this in a loop. So let's change out that top pipe to a non-nupal pipe. And then that'll let the chlorine go through. We could use a quadruple, but even though a quadruple has... please don't burn this, Greg. Only need it for a second. Even though a quadruple only has 4 pipes in it, it uses the larger pipes. So therefore it will... Oh, this is a... oh, no. There. That should do it. There we go. There's our chlorine. Anyways, a quadruple pipe will take normal pipes where a nanopole will only take 9 of the smaller pipes. So it only takes 9 units of material to make a nanopole, where it takes 12 units to make a quadruple. So it's just cheaper to make a nanopole. And I'm only making 1, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So there is our calcite, which should now be in here. So we can turn that off. And now we have what we need to run this recipe, except for we need power. And our power is going to come from our fuel that we made out here. Now, normally I would be saving my regular fuel for making nitro diesel, but I am not ready to make nitro diesel. And the diesel, or the fuel, is what comes out primarily. I get double that from everything else, so we're going to go ahead and use that just so we don't fill up the pipe quite as fast as we do, or the tank quite as fast as we do the others. And we don't have circuits yet, so we can't make a shutoff for this. So we're just going to use a small pipe. We're going to go ahead and use chromium for right now. And we're going to put that on there, and then it will start. But we want to look at what our next step is before we do this. So we're going to get CO2 gas out along with titanium tetrachloride. Now, the titanium tetrachloride is acidic, so we're going to have to use stainless steel pipes for that. So let's do that and get us a 9-opal pipe. And we want these as well. We're also going to use some fluid filters. And we're going to put that on the back. And it's only going to be open towards the burning mixer, like that. And then we're going to put a fluid filter on this side and on the bottom. But let's go ahead and run this very first run real quick here so we get the 2 fluids out we need. So you'll see it starts up. We got to light it. We can eventually make an igniter, which will ignite it for us. But for right now, we got to light it with a flint and tinder or a match or a lighter, but we don't have a lighter yet. All right, let's go ahead and cut the fuel. It should have enough in there to finish this operation. At least I sure hope so. If it restarts, I'm going to be just a little unhappy. But it should be done. We are going to waste a bit of fuel here. Alright, so there's our titanium tetrachloride and our CO2 gas. And so we want to use the gas nozzle because we want to pull the CO2 out first. So I need that tank. Hold on, let's go get some stainless. I'll make a new drum. All my drums are full at the moment. Luckily, I have all kinds of stainless down here. You know what? Let's just make 2 of them. And then we know we'll have enough. I could technically use Invar for the CO2, but I like making stainless ones just because they work for just about everything. That thing does not want to shut off. It must have one heck of an internal buffer. Alright, so 2 of those. I need to double check this recipe. Greg did say utility block, so I'm seriously doubting that the drums changed, but you never know. So let's make sure. I don't think he would change this recipe. Nope, it's still 6. Alright. So we need 2 long rods for each one. And we need to curve these. There's my hammer. Once we get this thing to making plastic, we will not be so wasteful with our fuel. We just got to wait for it to get to that point, which will be very, very soon. We've got the first step done and the second step is on its way. Alright, there's 2 drums. Now we can go ahead and do that, and that should give us our CO2. And the CO2 we are going to set to the bottom. And that thing's going to be a pain about it because I put the one on the side. So let's go downstairs. And we're just going to run the CO2 down through here and out to the tank. Let's see if I can hit this. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, I did already get one on there. That's why it wouldn't go. Hello. It thinks it's there, but it's not there. There we go. Now it's there. There we go. So CO2 is now going down. We need to open that to the bottom now, which I will be changing for a pipe. Why is that not opening? Let's go back upstairs. Hey, this thing's finally done. It's been making titanium titanium trioxide, and lots of it. Oh, that pipe's in the way. That's why I can't open it. And I can't open it from here because of the filter. And you're in the way, so I can't open it there. Holy crap. Okay, so open the pipe before you do all this. Because I can't take this pipe out. It's got the calcite in it. So I need to go and grab my crowbar to take that front filter off of there. I thought I could open the other one with that filter there, but apparently not. So let's get the crowbar and we'll fix that. Alright, you off of there. You open to the downward direction. And for right now, we're just going to put the CO2 right there. Which, by the way, this engine is going to put out CO2 from the bottom. If we look up fuel and burning in a engine, for every liter of fuel, it'll put out 1 liter of CO2. Now, you can just let it go out into the air, but I want the CO2 because I want the oxygen and the carbon. And we're going to be setting up an electrolyzer for that very soon. Alright, so now we need to take that off. And the only thing that's going to come out through this pipe now is going to be the titanium, which there is some in there. So we're going to open that up. We're going to take our stainless steel drum. We're going to stick it on there. And that gives us our titanium tetrachloride. And 30 should be what we made. Yep. Alright, so now we got that open. We're going to put the filter there. And we're going to put this right there. And then we're going to use this pipe. And we're going to connect it. And we're going to connect it to a bath, which we have in the box right here. And the box takes fluids in the top and out the bottom. So we're going to put this here. And we're going to go like that. And that'll put it in there. We need either magnesium or sodium. And we actually have magnesium right here. It needs 2 per operation. We're going to throw 8 in it. So if we look at uses for magnesium, you'll see in a bath that we put 2 of those with titanium tetrachloride and we get titanium and magnesium chloride out. Now the magnesium chloride, we will need some for the catalyst for the plastic. Not that recipe. There it is. We'll need it over here for a catalyst for plastic, but we already have magnesium chloride from processing something. It's over there on the wall. So we're going to go ahead and use this magnesium chloride that we get out in a smelter. Oh, wait a minute. We need the, mess that up. Magnesium in the bath, magnesium chloride in a smelter, which will give us molten magnesium chloride, and then that will go in an electrolyzer and give us our magnesium back and our chlorine. And we will end up with 2 of these sets of 3, so that will give us the 2 magnesium and the 4 chlorine. So we need on the output here a pipe, which we will run to another smelter. Wrong chest. And we will go ahead and put, I think we'll put this one right over here next to it. We'll put the burning box there, or the burning box there, the smelter there, and it's going to give us, actually we might need to turn this around that way, because like we seen a bit ago, the smelter puts its fluid out on the right hand side. So we're going to have it come out here, and then we'll have our electrolyzer, which we have right here, which we have a dynamo and a steel engine for that, because if we look at the magnesium chloride, it is going to need 42 EU a tick to run. So actually we don't want the steel one, we want the Invar one. So if we look at the dynamo, it says 64 RU in will make 44 EU out. We need 42, so that will be perfect. So again, we're going to use a diesel engine. We're just going to put it right here. We'll put our dynamo there and our electrolyzer on top. And I should have looked at where that comes out. So electrolyzer fluids go in the top, or we can do the front or back. We may do the back. And then the fluid comes out the left automatically. So fluid's going to come out here. Let's turn it this direction, and then we can run the chlorine, which is non-acidic, back across to there. We'll go ahead and just run it back through there. I'll get some more pipes for it, and we will have to put another fluid filter here for the chlorine to make sure that it does not allow the calcite into that pipe. We could also change this out to a extender, and that would also work. That would actually be a bit cheaper too. I'll have to make a extender for that. So let me get that done. I need to make some more inboard pipes too. But let's go ahead and we're going to get our... Oh, we need a thing for the titanium. Actually, I think what we're going to do, give me a minute to make a few things and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back now. Tank extender, done. I went ahead and made another drum. We're going to shut this pipe off. We're going to open this up. The only thing that should be in there right now is a little bit of calcite. So we're going to stick that in that drum. And now we can remove that. And we will put our tank extender right there. We want the output to the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and put our drum of calcite up on top of here and set it to will fill. And it'll be the first one that goes in there. It's not going to empty until we run this again, which we will do later. That drum's perfectly fine sitting up there with that. And we then don't need a filter. We're not going to connect that pipe back up until we get the 400 that is in the drum into the machine. So now we need to get the rest of this taken care of. So we need the smelter is going to take its items in the top. So we're going to go up and like so. And then the fluid we're going to have come out. And this should not be acidic. Magnesium chloride, liquid, not acidic. So then we can just run that through here and into there. And that's going to give us our chlorine out there, which we are going to run into this pipe right. Yeah, let's do it there instead. I was going to do it on the side, but with that other one disconnected, it was going to be a little confusing at the moment. Alright, so we need to put this... actually, there's one other thing we need to do real quick. And that is... we're going to put this chest right here. And we're going to make a filter for this. We want an item filter. Where is my zinc? There we go. By the way, we are going to be making a cluster mill very soon for this. So we can stop wasting all this zinc. Oh, I just curved it. I need foil, not curved. I'm so used to doing curved. That I need it on the other side. There we go. We can item filter like that. And we're going to stick that right there. So it will only be able to put the titanium in there. So it's going to come out of there, into there. We're actually going to cut this off for the moment. And let's take our titanium tetrachloride. We'll stick it right there. We'll fill. Goes in. And you can see our bath is now running. So we are making our very first titanium right now. And remember that item pipes cannot go between, or item filters cannot go between item pipes. So even though I'm going to be sending this titanium over to the wall over there, I will not be able to do that without putting it in this chest first. So now, if we open this up and we put our magnesium chloride in there, we should not end up getting any titanium anywhere but that chest. I need to go and hook up that pipe. It's not going to do any good to try to light it when I haven't piped it yet. So that should be like right here. Oops, that was a misclick. There we go. Now we can go up there, light this up, make our magnesium chloride, our molten magnesium chloride, and then that will go in there, and we can electrolyze it. We're going to take just a bit of our gas here. And is there any in this pipe? Doesn't really matter. I got another pipe. Yep, there is. Alright, so we'll use a gold pipe for this one. I'll hook that there. And we'll put our fuel right there. You can see we used barely any of it. There we go. We can turn that back off. And that has its magnesium chloride in there. I probably need a, 0 selector tag. So I need to get one of those made. I'm going to go ahead and borrow the water one for just a minute. Just so you guys can see this run. So there it goes. It's a running. It's a running fool. And now we need to get the item out, which is the magnesium. So electrolyzer, and the item out is going to be the right. So we have the front is this way. So it's going to put it out on this side. So now we got to get that to, yeah, hi, thanks. We just looked that up. Thanks. Now I know where you're coming from. All right, so we need to get that connected to that. So we're going to go like this, up and over. Let's go ahead and shut that off. That way I can use my scaffold and nothing will catch on fire. And now we'll just take this right over top. And we'll bring this one over like this. Connect that up. And now the next magnesium that comes out of there will end up back in here. And you can see our second, third, and fourth titanium has showed up in there. Now, we definitely want to get machine switches to shut these off, which we will be doing as soon as we get plastic and circuits, because the machine switch we need is this automatic machine switch right here, and it takes a T1 circuit, a tin cable, and a lever. So we can't do that until we get circuits, and we're almost there. So we just got to wait until we get that done, and then we can get it all set up. Right now it's just all going to be manual, and in the next one we will be setting up the electrolyzer to electrolyze our CO2 that is coming out of here and coming out of this one from our aluminum. It's going out there in a tank. I'm going to go ahead and run the pipe for right now that goes from there over to there. But you can see we're getting our chlorine back in here. We can go ahead and run this for another batch. I just need to pull that block out, which allows the CO2 to go out, and then it takes off running. Like I said, I'm going to capture that from here on out, but I wanted to show you guys that that's all it takes for that engine to run. And now it just needs to get some more. Oh, it just got it. Hey, why are you... Oh, no, it didn't. Something else clicked. Thought it was that. All right, so there you go. That's titanium. Oh, this turned off. Okay. So that is now full of CO2. That's why it shut off. But there you go. There's a pretty basic build. Like I said at the beginning, I will show you the other one that I have. That's a basic walkthrough. It's set up a little bit different than this. It might actually be a bit cleaner than this one, but it's done on a 2-level build where the bath is actually below. So you may want to check that out. There will be a card up in the corner so you can do so, or experiment around and get your own build for this. But that's our build. And now for the plastic, we're just going to have to take a pipe off of here. We'll probably just close the pipe, take a drum off, and put it in there, because if we look at plastic, if I can type, for plastic pulp in the mixer, it only takes 1 liter of titanium tetrachloride to make a full plastic pulp. So therefore, 1 batch in the burning mixer that we're running right now, which is rutile with petroleum coke, we get 10,000 liters. So we're going to have, I think this last drum, it actually ran at like 27. So it did more than 2. We're going to have plenty of titanium to make plastic for quite a while from just 1 batch. If we did just a single batch, it would be, 10,000 plastic. That's a lot of circuits. So I will leave you here. I will see you guys next time. We will get the electrolyzer set up for the CO2 so we can start collecting us some carbon. And then the next one after that will be us actually making plastic. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave me a message down in the comments, or stop into our Discord. Link is in the description, and you can ask us there. Have a good day.